Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Stellaris, in our small galaxy here. Again, I suppose this is the third run with this race. First one got cut short by the major patch change. The second one got cut short by German exterminators. Hopefully that isn't spoilers for you. And this is the third attempt. We're 2 or 3 parts into this one. It's the second stream day, beginning of the second stream day. The end of the last stream day saw us convincing one of our neighbors to become a subject. Federation builders to our west are a subject, primarily because we have them inferior in economic power. Our economic power has jumped up quite a bit recently, and our fleets are still decently powerful. The other neighbors are actually more inferior in... Oh, you're the subsidiary. Yeah, so the other neighbor, so the guys to the north, are equivalent in fleet power to us. They're actually inferior in both tech and economy, and they have their own subject, which is actually inverted. They've got a roughly equivalent economy to us, but inferior tech and military. So I'm going to see if we can try to outscale the proverbial neighbors, and maybe try to establish a little bit more, a little bit different of a administration on the galaxy if we can. I suppose now that we do have a subject, we are diplomatically the strongest. Currently the vote going through is form the galactic market. Up after that would be reverence for life, which is something I'd probably be fine with. I don't think our fleet power is necessarily that much out of normal. 38, 25, 28, 45, yeah, so if anything, it probably makes us, relatively speaking, a little bit stronger, or at least neutral. So probably let Reverence for Life come up. We're trying to encourage the Readied Shield from coming up. I suppose it's actually going to be opposite of Reverence for Life. So maybe there's an argument that we actually oppose that, because we want to empower our diplo weight from fleet, not reduce our diplo weight from fleet. And yeah, we're acquiring more territory. Recently, our influence has been fairly low because we've been doing diplomacy with neighbors, which is slowing the rate that we can take over new territory. We did in the last one, I forgot to check. We did acquire the system. Name's sounding quite a bit there. Did acquire the system with the Rubricator, Kleptomaniac Rats archaeological site. This will spawn one of the sort of mega monsters when we complete that survey. So there's basically 3 different ways to sort of handle this. One is we can go right through the entire chain, spawn the monster, and then figure out how to defeat it. The other one is we ignore the chain and we colonize the planet. Because this is a ruined world, so it is quite a valuable world even without the chain. And the third one is do sort of neither until we think we can handle the monster, spawn the monster in, and then fight it off. It's a little bit easier, hypothetically, I suppose, to gauge relative power if the monster is spawned in. Although I suppose to gauge relative power, we could use the Tanakim Matriarch over here, who is also one of the mega monsters. And I think the spoilers, the dragon that guards the treasure is HP, armor, combo, and no shields, just the same as the Tanaki Mother is. Maybe a little bit more lethal than the Tanaki Mother because it's not Tanaki. And we've got an ongoing timed project to rescue shuttle survivors. Do I have someone inbound to deal with that? Possibly. You're an archaeological site. Have to be you, and it is you, so you're doing it. So the question is, can you get there in time? You got 700-ish days to get there. Distance 700-ish days, it could take you 180 when you get there. Okay, I think that's doable. We'll do a quick check over on how many unemployed, or how many Well, so is actually how many unemployed in this case. We've got 10 unemployed there. But how many jobs we've got in places to figure out where I should be trying to expand. So you're building mining district and city district, so there would be a place, but we're already on it. So there would be a place, but we're already on it. We've got enough jobs here, although the energy nexus and just more energy districts is probably really what we want to do there. Urban, you've got 200, so you're good for the moment. 190, I mean, you're actually doing more stuff, so it'll be even better. You need more, but you're doing agricultural districts. Okay, so I think for the planets, we're good for the moment. So with that under our belt, well, that's a good question. Let's pop into our subjects planets. I don't know why it's taking so long to shuffle my systems here. Well, that's diplomacy with you. I don't want to diplomacy with you. I want to click on your planets. So now that they're our subject, we can build in the holding slots. So I can build aid agencies, emporiums, and overlord garrisons. There is an argument that I would like to do either overlord, either basically generate a bunch of money for ourselves, which this would be an example of a bunch of money for ourselves, or do one of the ones that gives us loyalty. It's crime or generate amenities. Do you have a crime problem? You arguably have a crime problem. I suppose that's something I've been ignoring. Do I have any crime problems? We got one place that's got 1%. I basically don't have a crime problem. +1 for pops. Okay. That might be something we look into fixing. But yeah, so on the planet here, they have a crime problem. Let's help them out a bit by adding a garrison to reduce crime. We have a minor crime problem here, so we'll add a garrison. Crime, minor crime problem here, so garrison. And by doing that, we build up the amount of loyalty we're getting from them, which we can then later on invest into making the vassalhood more sort of amenable to our standpoint, right? Right now, I think we are from an agreement, but sort of like the middleness treaty level. We are integration's prohibited. It would we have to put a bit of effort into making it a possibility. They have independent diplomacy at some point. We probably want to restrict or limit it. Expansion again, probably at some point want to. Well, expansion we might leave that permitted, but we want to probably restrict a bunch of the stuff. Right now it's defensive wars. Probably want to swap it to offensive wars and maybe restrict them from doing any wars, sort of thing. And or swap over to a specific type. But all of that is going to require us to have be a bit more intimidating with them with loyalty, let's say. Yeah, with that discussed, it's been 8 minutes into the stream here. Let's go ahead and unpause and let the game advance.
Initiating communications.
Communication. You want a research agreement? I'm on board with the research agreement. More science for both of us. Good science.
Technology discovered.
Okay, mineral purification. Extra habitability and robomodding would not be terrible. Either that or the improved lab. I think I'd go for the habitability robomodding. Not that the lab improvements would be terrible. Well, I suppose the question is, am I making enough strategics? I am making enough strategics. I could probably run the lab improvement.
Construction complete.
I suppose there's two different ways to think about using my stations for the moment. I can use them to get more resource in the form of hydroponics bays and solar farms, or I could use them to expand my naval capacity. so I can field more ships. I feel like for the moment I want more. Oh, and I'm working on the replicator, so I'm summoning the monster. The 3 options I brought up earlier. I'm in the process of doing number 1. I'm going to summon the dragon. But before we put anything interesting in the system that gets blown up, we're going to summon the dragon, and then we can later on figure out how to get rid of the dragon to reap the rewards of the dragon's loot pile. Which I suppose is probably the safe way to interact with that an event chain. Do you want allies or do you want more raw minerals, actually? Allies are pretty interesting. We'll go allies to start. Allies to start. So you go claim that system.
Technology discovered.
New technology. Uplift. Okay. A living state. Keep space black site for extra stability. I don't think we need that. Although faction resource output is potentially tempting. I think that's, do I get influence for factions? What am I getting for factions? It's not the outlier. I get something for factions. Unity. So I'd get more unity if I took that 5% more unity. I could probably make do with that 5% more unity. If I wanted more power from farms, we could go that route, but it'd be at the cost of food. And I'm not too worried about that. I've actually got interest in building more power plants, so... Don't really need chemical bliss. That's an option, although... I think we'll take the farms. Take the 5% from farms, specifically. Okay. 3 months we're going to get the resources from artisans, which is good. Universal macrophage. Lab 17, final reports. Research assistant Philidor. Such was Gelibor's confidence that we followed him blindly. Testing the prototype on ourselves, our immune systems were initially bolstered. We were highly invincible to any outside pathogen, then mutations started. Gelibor polished first. It was difficult to watch. Now the whole team is resting in the morgue, and I will soon join them. We failed. We trusted our lives to his failed formula. The universal macrophage works too well. It eventually attacks the host. Everything here must be destroyed. Destroy everything? Or complete his work? It holds promise. Organic leader lifespan, biological pop growth speed. Will complete his work. He may have died in vain for his own purposes, but we will try to at least make it a little bit less in vain for the universe. Okay, so we've got a guy dealing with that area over there, so I'm going to send you over here to work that one. I guess get me that side. Okay.
Technology discovered.
Market analysis complete. If I want my fleet to be more powerful, or there's tempting to exotic material, more power plants are probably going to want it. So let's do the power plant upgrade. Bigger, better power plant for the warships. Then I have more minerals. So let's drop into our subjects' systems again. Pop around them. If they've got crime, any crime, why am I not allowed to do? I'm misunderstanding how, I must be misunderstanding how that works. I only getting one holding, and I might only have an absolute maximum one. Ah, yes, I have an absolute maximum one. Please put the one in the capital. Maybe, probably not. Okay. Holdings limit is 1. Where is holding limits? Oh, holding limits is here, and it is actually set to unlimitedly set. Oh, the next step is none. So when I can negotiate, that's probably what I'll negotiate. It's probably want to negotiate it from 1 to none, or 1 to none. Okay. Or is that none is that I'm allowed to have none, or is that none because I have no capacity? Ah, that's none as in can have no capacity. Okay. Wonder if that's tied to a DLC. Might be tied to a DLC, and you only get one if you don't have the DLC. Okay. Okay, so we'll probably be looking to tighten down a little bit. If I can. But not at the moment, I gotta wait some time. Of course, we were going to want to compete for a galactic market seat itself.
Technology discovered.
Oh, there's the farms. That came pretty quickly. Military Academy. I suppose that's one way to get more fleet limit off of planets. Government upgrade. I should probably go for the government upgrade. Here's microphage. That's pretty expensive. We'll do it at some point. Let's go to the government upgrade. Operative rescued. Okay.
Special project complete. Spaceborne life form.
I don't think that was where that was supposed to take me, but okay. One of the places with great nostrils. So it was either here or up here, I suspect. Okay, we're gonna pay these guys off so they don't invade. We'll just give them some of our surplus food. Because they are reasonably strong, and I don't have thousands of fleet power to throw at them. I have other things I'd be blowing up if I had thousands of fleet power.
Construction complete.
Minister served the Empire for 60 years and has finally died. So I'm using 4 of my 5 scientists, 2 of my 5 commanders, and 2 of my 4 officers. So recruitable leaders to be... There's a difference actually between the sector governor and governor. That's a question. So I think assigning here assigns the sector. Well, this is the sector capital, so I assume there's some sector governor. Crime reduction. And happiness. Although that's happiness only if, in the council. So that's crime across the entire thing. That's construction across the entire thing. Experience. Let's do crime. There we go. Diverse communities are healthy communities. That I now have sector governors that applies to the whole sector. Right now, all of my city or all my planets that I'm inhabiting are in the same sector. That's going to change, but I think that's good enough. And then that's also probably reduced crime. So I don't think I have crime. I still have crime there. How do I want to deal? Oh, well, that'll probably go down as soon as we get. Because it's coming from the. No, it's not coming from. I was about to say it's coming from pre-FTM. So we just don't have saving departments there, okay? Give it some more time. The inventory. There is an order to the Rat's Chaos. And some more minor artifacts. Minister of State is empty. Do you want to recruit a new leader for that? Pop growth, 5% pop growth speed would actually be nice. So, yeah, let's make you the Minister of State. And then when we get the next regional capital, we can assign you to the regional capital. And then I think at this point I am actually out of things for these ships to do. Can't send you there. I suppose I could technically travel. Can travel through our subjects, so I can go try to explore the one place they haven't explored in their space. We're in the middle here. Expansion fleet. Why is that showing up the map as neutral? Don't remember getting any projects that should make me neutral to the mining drones.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Now we know that they're hostile. Fair enough. Oh, and the president could have a different job. However, most of his effects are as counselor, so that's fine. Okay. And I will have a new civic as soon as we complete the diplomatic administration.
Establishing colony. Establishing
colonies. The data crystal, okay. Birth of the Galactic Market. We get to nominate a place for the Galactic Market Hub.
Updated.
We, of course, are going to nominate our own capital. Decisions. I need more influence. The power is easy, the influence less so. Okay. Let me make sure that I do not have a festival. Let's get the festival going again. And let's double check with you. Do I have your thing going? Already improving my research capacity. Okay. Advanced form of giganticism. Okay. Take the bonus damage against it. And then if I needed more, that's strategic. I buy that from Zercorp. Okay. Need a few more crystals for the improvement of that one. I think what we're gonna do is, yeah, we're gonna focus on 2, and I think I'm gonna actually replace the last one with. Do I do Alloy Foundry or do? Yeah, or do one of the refineries. I think we do an Alloy Foundry. On the capital here. Or do you want to do something like job efficiency, I think. Job efficiency. Upkeep. No, I'd probably not. Job efficiency. Distributed Design Center. Okay, so let's. I can trade for more crystals. I have a large amount of gas. So let's sell some gas. Use that to buy some crystals. We are net producing crystals, right? Producing 1. So that's actually like a 1.8, so I might not make enough crystals for this worth that. Although, we're just short, so that's probably an acceptable burn level. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. This is gonna improve job efficiency for artisan jobs. So we're gonna lose. It says 200 jobs. I'm gonna lose 200 jobs, but we will replace that with 10% efficiency on all the other jobs here. That's worth doing.
Technology discovered.
There's the habitability bonus. You do integrated cybernetics for even more habitability bonus. Sure. Again, that reduces pop-up keep, so that's useful. Well, reduces the mouse on pop-up keep, increases job growth. Let's just send you back to the shipyard in the capital. So at the moment I don't have need for as many ships as I have. Okay, infrastructure cost reduction is fine. Go with that next. City districts providing extra housing will be great. And that'll be all of prosperity.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Engineered beauty. Go for natural beauty. Here's one of our terraforming's done. Send the colony group over. Yeah, you're probably about in the right spot, because that's probably the system I want to go next when I have the influence. I'll just leave you parked where you are. Foul stench. So we get closer to our objective, finding piles of things that probably should not smell that way.
Colony established.
Both these colonies are established. early on in these colonies, I think we want to do basically the same sort of thing we've done before, which is I want to establish the medical center for extra pop growth and the robot assembly for extra industry or extra robot generation. Basically, these cities growing as fast as possible. Same in the next world. Medical center into robot assembly. Is there a cap on minor artifacts? I'm apparently at the cap on minor artifacts. I think I have some bureaucrats in the capital, right? Let's have bureaucrats anyways in the capital. Yeah, we got some bureaucrats here, so let's spend some of these artifacts to make a museum exhibit to make the bureaucrats more efficient. Do I have artifacts elsewhere for similar reasons? No, I have no artifacts elsewhere. Okay. Or I have no bureaucrats elsewhere. So that's the only place that makes sense to do that for the moment. Oh, you're at the point where something could be leveled up. Capital building is ready to be upgraded. Yet it says the capital building... Oh, because I'm lacking minerals. It's easy enough to fix. Problem solved. Yeah, you probably want some more jobs. Unless I'm going to do a specialization, it is probably food here. Or, yeah, it's probably food here. We're actually getting pretty close to this smaller planet being maxed. Which makes me a little bit disappointed that I do not have a lot of influence, because I could be doing things like Mastery of Nature. Although I don't really need more food. If I build up you, this adds more of the strategics, which I probably do want, so build up the center here a little bit. And that'll help with the one deficit we have, so that's perfectly fine. Maybe spending more of the thing I've got a deficit. It's not the brightest ball of deer I've got in my head. Okay, you're ready for motion. Stay there. Battle orders. Former Baal Colony Investigation 3.
Log
Third time's the charm.
updated.
There. So you go there. 30 days when you get there. So you got 100 jobs. We're building the city district for that one, okay? You've got 81. Although you're tiny at the planet, only ties 11. Nothing necessarily making you particularly special, so you're gonna be whatever I need at the time. Oops, someone died. Minister of Defense is dead. It also happens to be the Admiral in charge of the First Navy. In charge of the Navy, just upkeep in the meantime. And then obviously we need a new head of defense. All military fleet bonuses. Do any counselor effects? That's a good question. I don't necessarily apparently have any counselor effects, so it's just going to be the highest level one. That's probably the best for the position, so that's you.
Construction complete.
Oh, the head of research. One of our ancient scientists have died. Okay, that ship was assigned to go back to the HQ. Anyway, I'm just going to disband the ship without using as many research ships. Research industry, research field manipulation. Well, we're going to assign it to the most old person we have, who's probably going to die of old age. And then have to assign it to a different person instead. Barren grounds and vibrant skies. Okay, how do I want to specialize this planet? We don't have a lot of urban sectors. It's just urban districts. Only 5. Do an urban expansion for more housing. I don't think we need more housing here. Things we're about to run out of jobs, and we still got more housing. So. Could do research. Or could do archives, research, and bureaucrats. Could do just research. A specialist of a single type of science. Soldier jobs. We're already getting, because I've done the 3 types of plants, we're already getting extra products off of our industrial jobs. So I'm going to do heavy industry here. If I'm going to do, and I was very tempted to also do the military district for more fleet camp, but if I'm going to do more fleet camp, I need to afford the ships, so we need more heavy industry first.
Council agenda available.
Oh, that's one of the ones that timed out, so I can reset choices, not actual new agendas available.
Technology discovered.
New civic slot. Pick up cloning vats if I wanted to move away from robot growth, which is a potential option. Edict fund, hyper entertainment forums. I think I'm not going to go the cloning vat method. And is espionage. I can probably hold off on that. I'm going to go universal macrophage. Get that pop growth. And remind myself, I'm... Star bases to improve. panel, solar panel. Next month I'll be able to start that one upgrading. There we go. Silenced.
Special project complete.
The Empress Motel. Okay, because I just clicked how I did it, I just chucked through into minor artifacts. Let's... Oh, and there's a cooldown on that, so I did everything. And then I can reform the government. What? Well, I'm a democracy with free haven, idealistic foundation. So what do I want to go with? Monthly unity, empire size from Pops is tempting to be a beacon of liberty. We don't have bureaucrats to do that. Don't do that. Diplomatic Corps... Probably not, but that is an option. Bureaucrats and priests provide edict funding. Environmentalists. No, we're kind of redefining our relationship with physical stuff. These technology requirements. That probably would have been earlier, easier, or better earlier. It's a bit late for that. Get consumer goods and a trade with the Master Craftsman. Academic Memorialists. Specialist pop resource output. Represents a meritocracy. And the rest I don't have some requirement for. Okay. I think we're going to go with Beacon Liberty here. Just lean in on, we are a free haven, idealistic foundation with a beacon of liberty here. We're democracy. Spreading democracy. Will democracy
Technology
win?
discovered.
That is the question today. Antimatter reactor, okay. That's tempting. Tossing that up between that and basic combat computers. That one's a rolled one, so we'll do the rolled one, because it might not be up the next time. And then fleet-wise... I have more fleet capacity, so let's get these fleets up to size. Okay, so I need a lot of alloys now to get the fleets up to size, to make it more intimidating. That was also the HQ upgrades, okay. That's not enough, and I need more minerals, honestly. Junk moon. It's a new moon, the junk moon. Efforts to consolidate space junk orbiting the place were successful. At the moment, I'm going to go ahead. No, I'm mostly going to want to do generators here, but this is also a decent place for mining. So let's grab a mining district there. Grab a mining district there. Oh, and both of these places are going to want something for the workers, or the robots to work in. So we'll get mining districts for them. Because I need to get my minerals positive again. One of the changes that did increase the mineral upkeep, I think it was... Oh, that's going to increase it, but that probably wasn't it. It was probably... That was heavy industry coming online. 100 more metallurgist jobs per urban district, so 500 more urban jobs there. Probably what did it. Head of research... Okay, so as I said, the head of research... that we just installed is in fact dead of old age. Next old person in charge. Hopefully they live longer than the last old person. Your colony ship. We got you doing archaeology there. We got you doing archaeology there. So it's a good thing we have you doing there. You're the one I'm not too worried about losing. Because spoilers are going to happen there. Okay. We're going to hold off on doing the archaeological site there. I'm just going to trash the ship here. I don't need this many scientists. I need like 2 at most in ships at the moment.
Technology discovered.
No, open arms is complete. And I can pull a give and take next. Okay. 5% more habitability. Great. Go for the Star Fortresses. The mega projects are gated, or at least used to be gated behind a technology that was gated behind the last Starbase form. So I do want to go up the Starbase forms. More than I want bigger ships in particular. Although at some point I should probably make the ships bigger as well.
Technology discovered. Construction complete.
Yields is tempting. Research alternatives is tempting. Power, less so. The big benefit I'm getting from power is that all the technicians are doing a secondary job on the generator planet, so the raw power is less interesting. Although the planetary nexus is more capacity. This will probably come up again. Same sort of thing with the shields, but the shields are at least going to power the existing army pretty effectively, so we'll do shields. Okay, we're mineral positive again, which is good to see. I would like to have the minerals to do you. Well, that's a lot. I'm actually making a decent number of consumer goods. Let's export consumer goods, buy minerals, and upgrade the capital. And I'm trying to save up the 100 or so I can petition for the market hub. 150 for the market hub. At this point, I'm probably going to miss this just because I don't have the political power to propose.
Establishing colony.
Minerals are definitely trending up. It's good to see. And you are gases, right? Yeah, and I got plenty of gases. Yeah, it was established someplace else because I didn't have the political power to roll for it. Shame. Fire in the sky.
Construction complete.
Displayed repeating patterns which defies all previous knowledge for the systems. Okay. I don't have enough minerals. We can upgrade you out of colony status. Enclave diplomacy. Yeah, we do want to repeat on that. Keep the science flowing, please. And keep that flowing as well.
Colony founded.
Okay, and I want medical center into minerals, the robot assembly building as well. There's shields. Oh, next shields have popped up as well. Go ahead and just grab the next shields. Empress Lilac's ribbon. Archaeologists were preparing to leave when they happened upon a large hidden chamber cluttered with artifacts, gnawed bones, and a substantial amount of fresh slobber. There, under a used royal nose swab on a 4-legged table with a carving of a face they confirmed was indeed funny, sat the Rubricator, maker of thingamajigs, right where it was supposed to be. A tiny, insignificant cube spewing out a continuous stream of artifacts. The Rubricator is a replicator, an ingenious alien invention that can make endless copies of just about any artifact, as soon as it is ours. The planetside team will begin journey back to the ship, thankfully we'll never know what attacked the Hoarders. They say. And there we go.
Evading hostiles.
Event chain, the rubricator. The snarling, hissing fiend has appeared out of the void with one swipe of his giant cannon talons. She snatched the archaeology shuttle, carrying the excavation team and the rubricator back to the Von Braun, bending it open and prying the rubricator from within. It seems we've finally had the displeasure of meeting the hoarding rat's assailants. The dragon must have been attracted by their countless treasures and made her nest within the royal palace, feasting upon their bodies. Perhaps she was in the prowl or observing from afar as we excavate the ruins, waiting for the right moment to strike. She appears to be growling something in her general direction. Translate her animal noises. The rats went squeak, 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 then their bones went crunch, crunch, crunch. Now it is your turn to tickle the inside of Shard's belly. Yes, you have been naughty little ones. The rubricator belongs to Shard. Please don't hurt us. Whether you look like a stomach ache and a halt, no thank you. Stomach in half, thank you, but if you've ever had the audacity to return, Shard will pick her teeth with your bones, yet she will. Now leave before I get hungry. Okay, so, because I asked pretty please don't murk me, we're being allowed to leave. Because we now have Shard the Great Dragon. Wings are wrapped around the ship, steaming, breathing, fogging up the windshields as she peers inside, a maniacal gleam in her eyes. How did she get so close and fast? Is she smiling? You whet my appetite, little ones.
Spaceport under attack.
So that's her attacking because we own stuff in the system. So okay. that was what was going to happen when we complete that chain, unless we were able to defeat her then and there. On the other hand, we now know what we need to be. So Shard must be defeated. Shard has hit points and armor and no shields. So we want weapons that specialize in killing things with armor and hit points. Sounds simple enough. Meantime, I need minerals to improve my stuff. Medical center, into robot assembly, into basic mines, please. I already spec this one to engineering research, so I can hopefully remember what that one's supposed to be for. Yeah. I need 100 influence to do mastery in nature, which I think is what I'm saying for right now. Hidden in plain sight. The enigma of the repeating Aurora Borealis patterns were explained after other scans detected small machines in orbit. Some of the devices have been analyzed. It established the machines could manipulate the atmosphere. Okay, so we're getting some society tech from that.
Technology discovered.
Accelerated universal macrophage. Attempt to do that. If I didn't have a better option in the world ones, I'd do that one. I think we can go to starbase capacity just for more starbases. Oh, and with our existing ships, open to the designer because we have better power plants, far better power plants, and better shields. We're going to get fleet upgraded, and then I will probably try to get fleet back to full strength.
Ships upgraded.
Because it's 46 months out for the next shields. as well park you back at home. Because I think... Oh no, I have 2 archaeological sites. I have an archaeological site there. Use both the ships then. So let's just park all the construction ships back at base for the same reasons. Oh, and then at the end of the queue, upgrade the medical center. Oh, you're now a terraformed continental world, so colony ship away. Let's go over. So, nothing particularly special there. We have the gas plant and the bubbling swamp here. So that means we can make gas. Oh, You definitely want this to be a rural world. Gas plant engineers, and at some point we want to do, we get gas from the farms. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a rural place. At some point I might move away from the mines here. Although the mines are giving us 5% more minerals here. Nothing particularly special about that place, it's just urban. Maybe one of our urban specialties, nothing special about that place. You probably want to be engineering specifically. So sort of min-max the engineering there. Nothing particularly special about there. Here, we have another fuming bog and bubbling swamp. Okay, so we make a lot of gas for farming here, so this probably wants to be a farm world. And another bubbling swamp. Okay. So we've got these interesting bubbling swamps that we can use to make gas. So we have lots of gas. I should probably lean into that going forward. And that tree is done. I'm now at the point where I can pick a type of ascension path. Biomorphous, mind over matter, synthetic evolution, or the flesh is weak. Or it gets to stick to the normal ascension perks. I'm gonna stick away from the sort of the robot-y ones because I know that's been popping up. I know these two are religious, and while we do want to start stuff with them, I do want to start stuff with them, right? I don't want to be starting stuff with them because we're going that path. I think I'll just go for the biomodding. Go biomorphous. We're already sort of doing terraforming, so just leaning in on converting all the planets to nice, very happy planets for our people. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, let's go biomorphous. And then in 71 months I'll be able to pick that tree up, I suppose.
Technology discovered.
There's our extra starbase capacity. Probably should do gene tailoring if I'm going that route. We worked out that you want to be farms, so let's build a farm district there. You don't care. So I want you to be minerals, because I'm going to need minerals from somewhere. And then you also probably want to be a farm. Although I need the minerals to build the farm. And at some point, you're going to become fully urbanized, so I want to actually transfer these off to urban districts. Time permitting. I don't have the things to support you. Heavy industry, so it's tempting to grab alloy foundries here. Make the mineral problem worse. It would give us more alloys and give us more of our strategics, which we're a little short on. You do need jobs. So I'm just gonna make the problem worse. There's only so much I can do before I actually can't make the problem worse because I run out of stuff to do. We've got a farming district here, but I need industry. I need more minerals. New minerals there. You don't need more jobs at the moment. Again, you're not particularly special. You can only get 4 more minerals, so we'll take the next mineral.
Construction complete.
Any other random deposits I can pick up on my existing systems? No, I think it was just that one. Oh no, there's another artifact up there. I think that's, yeah, minor artifacts. One of our officials retired at the age of 103, okay. Comfort the Fallen, I am opposed to it. I'm not enough to stop it from voting, but I tried. We'll support the Galactic Council. With members of 3, it's 3/4 of the galaxy, so it's not a very tight council, I suppose.
Initiating communications.
Show us your wares. Humanistic visualization. Pay you money. Deal. Blessings upon you. The official assigned, I believe, to there becomes corrupt or beholden special interests. Yeah, well, don't mind her being corrupt because I'm not going to assign her as a opponent governor, so become corrupt.
Log updated.
Where's that ship crashing into the sun? It should be one of my systems. Track on map, please. There it is. And that is what sort of event? It's not a very helpful game. Construction ship. Yeah, that's what I was trying to check.
Establishing colony.
Could use more power. Let's expand power generator. If I want to expand this urban, do I have 3 away? So, like, 4 or 5 more months. Archaeological site, diminished capacities, okay. Strange door. Yeah, I think I've turned my terraforming and actually terraformed all the habitables that we have the tech for at the moment. We'll feed them, have some food, go away. Grab those generator districts. We're saving up the influence here. Got it. There we go. I'll give it some more districts, which I'm going to use to get more urban districts here. And then eventually I think we're going to transition away from the farms and the mines here. Society tech done. Not too worried about you. Farming specialization in particular, I think is worth grabbing. Asteroid Vault.
Colony founded.
Artificial specialists. Droid workers, nice. Ancient saturator artillery, okay. And park stores, ancient satellite artillery, okay. And our shields are done. Not worried about the planetary shield generator. Not worried about the PD. Not worried about you. Research alternatives I can pass on. So let's grab basic combat rolls. So I don't need to specialize this one in anything. It's not very... Actually, no, this is very big. It just doesn't have a lot of rural stuff. Which is a bit of a shame, because I probably want more rural stuff. I want more power, I want more minerals, more food, so I can diversify other things away. So let's grab more minerals here. Now here, no, you're also what I want to do research, ideally. So mostly urban, if I can help it, and not farms. Let's do those. That'll give us some more research jobs there. Might encourage us to be able to build some of the specialization buildings if I actually have them. I don't know if we need the base ones first. And you're not one of the ones I need to specialize. So I probably want to build the mineral one here first. Oh, and you're the brand new one. So not refineries. We want King Clinic, robot assembly plant. Do probably mine. And you replace that one's farms. I'm out of minerals again. Keep going through these minerals real fast. You're the one that doesn't want to be specialized. You probably want to be, or specialized in food, so you probably want to be minerals. You're also food. You're also food. And as some of those finish, we'll have more food production. I'll start transitioning the capital away from mines and farms towards pure urban.
Technology discovered.
One of the later techs in the game will allow us to do econopolises. Basically make a Coruscant of the capital. Ooh. Oh. Artificial specialists are basically a weak way from doing things. So this is an annoying situation where I have lots of things I want to do at once. Orbital halves. Yeah, I really want that. Although, no, that doesn't cost any... Okay. Doesn't look like that costs any influence to set up, so that's tempting. I want that, I want that, I want that. Although that one will be there to come when I come back to it. I actually don't really have the upkeep for you. You'll probably come up again. That's a toss-up between you. How many explosives do I have? Got 6. But you'd be good. For more minerals, or for more alloys. And you are just more space. Habitats. Oh, no, that's the central building. That's the habitat. That probably costs influence. And I'm so barren on influence right now. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go with you. Okay. Nope. Looking at the time, and it's time for a part break. So we are attempting to continue to expand. Their economy is still inferior to us. Everything is now pathetic or inferior to us, and they're the persons that are placing someone else in a subject over them, being a subject of someone.
Groot Shalak.
It'd be you that I have to be proposing it to. Does not like a subject type. We have a defensive pact there. Oh, I'd have to break the defensive pact before I could do that.
Surok Apektal.
Which is probably a thing to do anyway. Pathetic, inferior, yeah. We'll think about that next time. But yeah, I think the economy is growing to meet the needs of my expanding economy. Science is expanding, although not as fast as the economy, I suppose. But yeah, feeling better and better about our empire. We got colonies going everywhere except for the Rubricator homeworld. At some point, we think we'll be able to take on Shard, but that's in the far future. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break here so I can get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea. If the ads haven't already played recently on Twitch, try to get them out of the way so they don't play in the next part. And with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part of our stream, and bye for now.